Hello, good morning, everyone. Thank you for having come to our press conference for the 7th edition of GemGenève. For that press conference, we will welcome Ronnie Tota and Thomas Ferber, the co-founder of GemGenève. We will welcome as well Violaine Bigot, head of Heritage Collection of Chaumet, Bertrand Ternat, just there, for Pearl Hunter. We welcome as well Inessa Kovalova from the UK, from the Strong and Precious Foundation, and Nadesh Tota, co-founder of GemGenève as well, for the designer sections. Maybe Ronnie and Thomas, do you want to do some welcome speech?
So I would try to speak. Sorry, can you hear? Yeah. So hello everybody. Je vais peut-être commencer en français et ensuite peut-être que Thomas va traduire en anglais. Donc merci d'être venu pour cette 7e édition de GemGenève. 7e édition, c'est quand on parle de mariage, on sait que 7 ans. Le chiffre 7 est un chiffre un peu clé, donc on espère que celui-ci va sceller le mariage qu'il y a entre, enfin c'est un mariage tripartite, c'est entre, ou quadripartite, c'est vraiment, entre les exposants, la presse, les visiteurs et les organisateurs. Et voilà, je ne peux que souhaiter bonne chance à tous et remercier toutes les équipes qui ont travaillé pour cette édition. Je pense qu'il serait mieux de couper court maintenant et après on répondra aux questions au fur et à mesure qu'elles viennent.
Hello. Hello. So I will try to translate a little bit. Ronnie was talking about wedding. It's a mystical 7th year now that our wedding still functions and that we are happy together as organizers and of this fair. And it works well between us. We have a very good symmetry between ourselves. And I hope that you will enjoy the fair and that you will agree with us that I think it's a very particular mood in this fair, which I think comes from our motto from the beginning. It is a fair done by exhibitors for exhibitors. And we hope that exhibitors and organizers and visitors all will be happy and enjoy our beautiful métier or profession.
Thank you. Thank you, Ronnie and Thomas. As you may know, GemGenève is a show for professional dealers of diamonds, of vintage jewelry, of antique jewelry, for diamonds, gemstones, colored gemstones, pearls. We have all the spectrum of the jewelry world into GemGenève, and in this concept, since last November 2022 editions, we started to organize as well some big exhibitions to involved into GemGenève, into the GemGenève world, the museums and new partners. So we started with the Igor Karl Fabergé Foundation, celebrating the artwork of Fabergé, and then we work with the Art and History Museum of Geneva about automatons and music. For these editions, we decided to work and highlight the world of natural pearls, and we are very proud to inaugurate the Pearl Editions exhibition, the Pearl Odyssey exhibitions that maybe you may see it when you visited the show just a few minutes ago. As part of the core spirit of GemGenève, we organize the different exhibitions as collaborative projects. Collaborative projects because this is a way for us to highlight and work closely with partners of the show, with our exhibitors, with museums, private collections, and new partners. So for these exhibitions, we are very happy for having collaborated for the first time with Chaumet, with the Alfardan collection, and with the exhibitors Ferber Collection, Heritage Gems, Horowitz and Tota, Joseph Gad, Nicolas Toroni, Ocean Flame, Swiss Pearls, and the Gemological Laboratory, SSEF. So for a more detailed presentation, I'm very pleased to introduce you Violaine Bigot, head of the Heritage Jewelry Collection of Chaumet, and Bertrand Ternat, Pearl Hunter and GemGenève exhibitors with this company, Ocean Flame. So I will leave Bertrand to introduce you maybe your business and your hunting. And then Violaine will introduce you some exceptional pieces that we will exhibit at the exhibition.
Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah. Good morning, everyone. So thank you for being here. As Mathieu was saying, my job is to hunt pearls all around. Okay. So I wanted to this presentation to stay a little bit basic to make sure that everybody understands what natural pearl is. Now, the word natural all around the world, especially concerning pearl, is used by many providers. So let's stick to what really is a natural pearl. Excellent. Thank you. So for the first part, let's talk about matrix, because people usually like numbers. The pearl total market in 2021 was around 622 million US dollars. But natural pearl inside it represent only 10%. And when you compare that number to actually the weight of it, the difference is very significant. They say that there's around 50 tons of pearls which are every year found in a market. Out of it, this is an evaluation because it's very hard to get number, but you get around 30 to 35 kilos of natural pearls, and that's it. So you will see the comparison between the turnover and actually the weight of it. It represents less than 0.1%. So now the big difference between natural pearls and culture pearls. The market is a culture pearl market. Everywhere you're going to see Akoya pearls, Tahitian pearls, Golden Sea pearls. All of them are pearls which are grown by human, basically. The definition of natural pearls is pearls which are growing in the wild without any intervention of human. And again, it represents a very, very tiny part of the overall market. Some say that today, nowadays, the natural pearls that you find on the market, most of them are antique ones because it's very hard to find new ones. Out of those natural pearls, I will separate two parts. There are what we call the nacreous pearls that most of us know already. Those comes from Pinctada, Pteria, mostly oyster pearls, bivalve. You can see the difference in the shell. And the second part are non-nacreous pearls. Those come from snails, mostly. And there's a big difference in terms of the number of pearls that you can find on the market and the history of them. There's one point that I wanted to make during this presentation is that there are a lot of different natural pearls. Even if they are not very famous and you don't see them a lot, please go see the Pearl Odyssey exhibition. You will see things that not a lot of people seen already. But everywhere in the world you will find a shell, you have an opportunity to find a pearl inside, no matter what is the species. The probability will change, obviously. If we're talking about a conch pearl, for instance, the number that people have in mind is having one pearl every 15 to 20,000 animals, which is extremely rare. And finally, I just wanted to position geographically because this is what I do as a job. I travel all the world to find the best pearls. And you can see that most of the pearls, natural ones that you will find, are in the same kind of part of the world in terms of positioning compared to the equator. Let's put it like this. The two biggest countries where you can find pearls nowadays would be Mexico and Indonesia. This is where you can find the most diverse natural pearls and the biggest amount of them. And you can see from the map, you have scallop pearls, pteria, conch pearls, quahog, all different kind of pieces. And again, I encourage you to go see the exhibition. You will have the shell, and you will have the natural pearl attached to it. Small presentation. I hope if you have any question, feel free to ask. Otherwise, that would be the end for me. Thank you.
Hi there, that was really interesting. David Bruff, Jewellery Outlook. How is the market for natural pearls? What trends are you seeing in prices and demand?
Very interesting question. Actually, the natural pearl market can be separated again between nacreous and non-nacreous. The nacreous pearl market is always going up and down for the past years. It really depends on, I would say, jewelers, what are in the trends. The price is still high, and it's not going to go down again. It is unique, it is rare, so the price will go up again and again. For the non-nacreous pearl, we've seen extraordinary price increase over the past 10 years. Conch pearls, mellow pearls, even the rarest pearls, such as scallop pearls. It's very interesting because you see more and more people trying to look for something which is very unique, very rare. And as far as I'm concerned, again, it's my job, natural pearls is the only gems in the world that is not touched by human. It's not cut, it's not polished, it's nothing. It's created by nature and being directly put on a jeweler. So price goes up and it will continue to go up again and again. Yeah.
Sorry, maybe we'll wait for the questions at the end of the presentation. Sorry.
Hello, so I'm Violaine. I'm the head of the Heritage Jewelry Collection for Chaumet. And when GemGenève spoke about creating an exhibition about natural pearls, for Chaumet it was quite obvious that we will be more than happy to be part of it, because Chaumet have a very strong and beautiful history with pearls, with natural pearls. Chaumet was first founded by Nito around the 1780s. And even with Nito, we start with incredible pearls. For example, the pearls that was called later the Régent, an incredible more than 330 grains. And thank you. That was sold to Napoleon. And we have also incredible parure for Empress Josephine, Empress Marie-Louise, and it goes on and on. Also have a beautiful example of, not here, unfortunately we don't know where it is now, but an incredible necklace made in 1930s for the Rothschild. It's 50 pearls, 700 grains, and we sold it for more than 7 million francs. So it gives you an idea of the high quality. But the history between Chaumet and the pearls was not only about beautiful and incredible pearls. It was also how they used it as more punctuation in beautiful jewels. How they used this color, this white and soft color, this very particular luster and orient that you can find in pearls, and how to use it in a jewels made of gold with diamonds, with emerald, and the beautiful harmony in it. So for example, in the exhibition, you can see this incredible belt that was made for Empress Marie-Louise. This is one of the most important jewels we have in the collection. This is really a museum piece. You have to imagine 83 centimeters of gold, perfectly articulated and punctuated with natural pearls that have been selected for all the quality, whiteness, and in incredible size. It's drawing motifs, beautiful motifs on it. So you are more than welcome to come to see it in the exhibition. the story is also, this is also Nito period from Princess Augusta Amelia. This is the very first watch bracelet we have in the collection, and we still see in it the use of pearls, small delicate pearls that really enhance the emerald and the gold on it. And we have so few examples of a more romantic period with, for example, this mermaid that was, it has kind of beautiful place in this exhibition because it is, the pearl is really literally the subject of the bracelet. This is two mermaids coming from a fishing and finding these beautiful Baroque pearls in the shell. This is all the pieces that you can see in the exhibition, and it really tells the story between Chaumet and pearls, beautiful pearls, but also every kind of pearl, the Baroque one, what we call soufflure, so hollow pearls. For example, on this bridal veil pin, Chaumet selected two hollow pearls that looks like heart-shape and enhanced it with flower diamonds motif on it to have a way to romanticize hollow pearls, Baroque pearls, pear-shape, with a lot of really delicate softness jewelry. And we also have this incredible necklace called the Bayadère. The Bayadère, it was made between 1922 and 1924, and this is also one of our favorite jewels in the collection. We bought it in 1982, so it's one of the very first jewels that was bought back for the Heritage Collection. And it's more than 50,000 seed pearls, so very, very tiny pearls, around 1 to 1.8 millimeters. And we restored it very recently, a few months ago. It has to be restrained. Thank you, restrained. So it was a lot of work, but we are really pleased to exhibit it again at this show. And the story between Chaumet and pearls continues. We are still creating some jewels with natural pearls. It can be either colored pearls, like on these rings, when you see more pinkish or greenish tones in the pearls. For the it was the 2022 hydraulic collection, or also what we call the Josephine collection. Yes, and so we end this exhibition with more scientific part also, because Chaumet has actually also a very important history with pearls, but more gemologically speaking, because Joseph Chaumet created his the very first gemological laboratory in his own boutique, and was very curious about how natural pearls were created. But also in the 20s, when cultured pearls appeared in the markets, he made a lot of experience to try to identify how to identify cultured pearl versus natural pearls.
Thank you very much. As you may understand, GemGenève is not only a cultural event, but it's as well a place where we are trying to offer business opportunities for schools, for emerging talents, for the contemporary designers, and for emerging talents. Step by step, since the beginnings of GemGenève, we have always tried to develop that part of the show. We developed several exhibition spaces to welcome them, to highlight them in the best way as we can. We developed some workshops with schools. We developed new exhibition space for designers, new concept, and as part of this concept, so I'm very pleased to introduce Nadège Tota, co-founder of GemGenève, who is curated the Emerging Talent exhibition space, and Inessa Kovalova, part of the Strong and Precious Foundation, a project that we developed with them from May 2022, after the beginnings of the war between Russia and Ukraine, but I will leave both of them explain better than me what is their concept. So maybe Nadège, you could start.
Merci Mathieu. Je vais faire en français du coup pour changer un petit peu. Alors nous avons donc le village des designers que vous avez pu voir juste tout à l'heure. D'ailleurs vous avez été très impatients, ça m'a fait plaisir. Vous avez un petit peu traîné par là-bas voilà, mais vous êtes, c'était un peu trop tôt. Donc nous avons cette année dans le village des designers les new designers et les talents émergents. Le vivarium qui à la base était annuel. Disons que c'était un petit peu trop court pour avoir la sélection que Vivienne Becker voulait avoir. Et voilà, 6 mois, c'est un petit peu trop court. Donc, elle reviendra en mai prochain, en mai 2024. Pour ma sélection, nous avons donc les talents émergents et les nouveaux designers. La différence entre les deux, les nouveaux designers sont des designers qui sont déjà un petit peu établis, qui ont déjà un petit peu de visibilité, tandis que les talents émergents sont pas forcément jeunes, parce que voilà, on peut avoir des talents émergents de 40 ans, de 50 ans, mais ce sont des gens qui sont un petit peu sous le radar et qui n'ont pas encore eu l'occasion d'avoir de la visibilité. Et GemGenève offre une plateforme assez intéressante pour eux au niveau international. Je vais donc commencer avec les nouveaux designers. Je vais les présenter très rapidement afin que vous puissiez vous-même les découvrir. Nous avons dans cette section Serendipity qui vient de Paris, qui a déjà été présente ces dernières éditions et qui revient avec une collection un petit peu plus nature et avec une collection voilà, très, très intéressante qui voilà, en fait c'est tout. Merci. Pour la première fois, nous accueillons Elke Hébert, qui est de Genève. Elle a déjà une société du coup avec son mari, Bear & Partners, qui vend des pierres précieuses, semi-précieuses. Et elle a décidé de créer sa propre ligne, étant elle-même une vraie aventurière et gem hunter. Elle va directement dans les mines et choisit avec soin les pierres qu'elle sertit. Voilà. Ensuite, nous avons GemGenève Designer de Thaïlande qui propose des bijoux très, très puissants selon moi. Alors, ce que je n'ai pas dit, c'est qu'effectivement, ma sélection de designers est faite avec le cœur. Je cherche une histoire, ils vont être très, très différents les uns des autres. Mais voilà, il faut que ça me parle. Et voilà. Et donc, avec les bijoux de GemGenève Designer, il y a vraiment une espèce de puissance, d'audace. Et voilà, nous l'avons découvert, du coup, mon père l'a découvert en Chine lors d'un récent voyage. Et voilà, et je suis ravie de l'avoir parmi nous cette édition. Nous avons maintenant Diva Jules. Diva Jules était là déjà en mai passé, mais en tant qu'exposant normal, on va dire. Et finalement, je me suis rendu compte que sa place n'était pas forcément dans la halle avec tous les autres. Il crée des bijoux. Alors, il les avait créés spécialement pour GemGenève. J'avais déjà vu certaines de ses créations. Et je lui avais dit, oui, mais il faut que tu me fasses quelque chose pour GemGenève, quelque chose d'incroyable. Et il a dit, OK, je vais créer une chaussure avec des bijoux. Et du coup, c'est comme ça en fait qu'il est arrivé avec cette pièce maîtresse. Et depuis, il en a développé plusieurs. Lui, sa spécialité, c'est tous ses bijoux sont mobiles. Ça veut dire que les ailes bougent, les plumes, C'est super intéressant et il y a un travail vraiment incroyable derrière. Et il a sorti une dizaine de pièces spécialement pour cette édition. Donc je vous invite aussi à le découvrir et à toucher ces bijoux surtout, vraiment. Maintenant, nous arrivons donc avec les talents émergents, les petits nouveaux. Nous avons Yura Jewelry qui a déjà été présente en novembre 2022 et qui revient donc à cette édition. Elle est beaucoup dans la symbolique. Elle voit vraiment ça comme un talisman qui porte toute une histoire. Il y a tout ce côté, elle vient de Riyad. Et voilà, c'est assez... voilà, elle a créé du coup toute une nouvelle collection par rapport à novembre 2022, raison pour laquelle elle n'est pas revenue en mai, le temps de pouvoir créer un petit peu plus de pièces. Alors, je suis très contente d'avoir Capucine H pour cette édition, qui est une jeune créatrice parisienne, une globe-trotteuse qui s'inspire réellement de la nature. C'est-à-dire qu'elle va s'inspirer des paysages d'Islande. D'Islande, elle va partir en montagne et essayer de jouer avec justement tous les flocons, la glace, et tout se retrouve dans ces bijoux qui sont vraiment très inspirants. Et tout est écologique. Il y a vraiment tout un côté écologique par rapport à elle. Et c'est assez chouette. Ensuite, nous avons Villa Milano. Villa Milano, Alice est originaire d'Italie. Donc, elle a hérité de la transmission de sa famille, qui sont très implantés du coup à Milan. Elle a décidé de renouveler un petit peu et d'apporter un peu de fraîcheur à la marque en créant sa propre ligne de bijoux. Nous avons alors Céleste Wu, qui est de Singapour, mais chinoise d'origine. Elle travaillait elle créait pour d'autres personnes. Elle m'a contactée et m'a dit, voilà, est-ce que je pourrais venir participer? Quels sont les critères? Donc j'ai un petit peu regardé ce qu'elle faisait. Elle a créé sa marque juste avant GemGenève, spécialement pour GemGenève finalement, avec des bijoux très intéressants dans le sens où ils sont transformables. Donc une pièce maîtresse qu'elle a mis, il me semble en tout cas une année à concrétiser, qui n'est pas celle-ci. Ça, j'ai fait exprès, par contre. Comme ça, vous irez la découvrir directement. Une pièce qui est transformable, bracelet, en choker, en broche, avec du mouvement. Et je vais terminer par Shavarch Akobian, qui est un designer arménien, le seul monsieur du coup, des talents émergents, qui utilise plusieurs matières. Il va jouer avec du bois, avec de la corde, et ce sont des bijoux qui sont autant féminins que masculins. Ce que je n'ai pas encore eu l'occasion justement d'avoir dans ce village des designers. J'en profite du coup pour dire que je pense que pour mai 2024, nous allons un petit peu étendre le village des designers en ayant un petit peu plus de choix, quelque chose d'encore plus complet. Et à l'instar de Strong and Precious, qu'Inessa vous présentera tout à l'heure, nous allons faire rentrer un stand arménien avec des designers arméniens dont le concours a déjà été lancé il y a quelques semaines. Donc je me réjouis vraiment d'avoir ces nouveaux designers avec nous. Voilà pour moi. Merci.
Merci Nadège. Je vais continuer en anglais for the difference and also for my French. But hello, everyone, and it's a pleasure and a big honor to speak here today on behalf of Strong and Precious Art Foundation. My name is Inessa Kovalova. I'm one of the designers participating. How can we get to the presentation? Okay. Okay. I will let it appear on the screen. Continue. Huh? Almost. So Strong Precious is an art foundation supporting Ukrainian jewelry designers. And our story started with a huge support of GemGenève, who collaborated with us to present the stand in May 2022. And first of all, who we are, we now transformed into a platform dedicated to promoting and celebrating exceptional talent of Ukrainian jewelry designers. What do we exactly do? We curate and present visionary designers, and we aim to support and develop the jewelry industry, the jewelry talent in Ukraine, and introduce Ukrainian creatives internationally to all of you. Why do we do this? And that's all very simple. We want to celebrate our heritage, and also we want to nurture the future of Ukrainian jewelry industry. And back into May 2022, a little retrospective how it's all started. Olga Aleksenko, she's the founder of the platform, and with her background of jewelry business and her ideas to support Ukrainian talents, this became possible. Our first edition of GemGenève was extremely special because it's important also to say that until 2022, there was no single Ukrainian organization to represent jewelry designers internationally. Also, there was no war, so this situation brought despair, but also a superpower and some urgency to take action and actually to use beauty as a part of cultural diplomacy. That was exactly an idea, and GemGenève was a huge support in organizing everything and bringing everything together. So at that edition, our stand got a huge interest, and it actually helped us to become motivated and to drive it further. So every further edition transformed into something new, but also the first one brought us a lovely introduction with Sotheby's, with whom we took action and collaborated on a charity auction. So over 50,000 francs were raised with the support of Ukrainian designers donated their pieces, as well as Genève galleries participating in the exhibition. And these jewels turned into superpower. Everything was donated to Superhumans, that is Ukrainian Rehabilitation Center. We kept on developing our project further, and in November 2022, we raised the topic of conversation between past and present, looking into the past of Ukrainian jewelry industry and what we can actually, to some jewelers, we need to bring the name back during the short story, during the short history of independence and being a part of different empires. We needed to look for the roots. And for that edition, we represented some really amazing and striking pieces by Ukrainian jeweler Joseph Marshak, known as the Cartier of Kiev. And again, this conversation between past and present, it actually got a huge interest, and we went even further, transforming into art foundation and bringing this project into a completely new level. And last year, Oh, it feels like last year, but it was May. It was the same year. So the foundation collaborated with their 5 Ukrainian jewelry designers, and one was a collective piece by the founders. And with the support of foundation and Olga Alexenko funding, we commissioned 5 jewelry designers to create special pieces inspired by Ukraine, by culture, and every designer had different inspirations, so the pieces were different. But it's actually the project that brought the work of many of us into completely different level. That was a huge step forward, and we feel it as the greatest importance. Just to round up, I want to share the words of each designer participating, what this project and collaboration with GemGenève brought us. Drutis, one of the participating brands, they mentioned that it was a crucial push, and also the participation empowered to be confident and motivated in new creations, as well as opened new channels of communication and opportunities to present their work internationally. Co-founder of Yuval Jewels, she is actually a very newcomer in the field, and the brand was only 2 years when this all happened, and it was also taking the work into the new level. From smaller pieces, they went into bigger golden statement pieces, and it means a lot for upcoming and rising brands. For myself, it was definitely a huge change. It gave me as well a lot of courage to go and make a step forward from working with experimental and 3D printing, nylon and titanium. I expanded into precious materials. I took the same concepts, but made completely different quality of jewel. And it helped me to be discovered, but even most important, it helped me to become a part of international community driven by passion and excellence. And every GemGenève brings a huge excitement and big joy to be here. Alona Kipperman, also a founder of really creative, transformative, genderless brand, already a bit more established than other jewelry designers. But it's also, she knows that our foundation is actually the only organization currently existing to provide opportunities to exhibit internationally for Ukrainian jewelry designers. So in 2022 and 23, it's just 2 years, but feels like 4, we represented altogether 20 Ukrainian jewelry designers. Every edition we had someone new. The very first edition that was very spontaneous, very fast. It was a big excitement to manage to put everything together in a very short time. We had fashion jewelry, we had contemporary jewelry, we had a little bit of fine jewelry, and after every time it's changed. And altogether, if we look back, it has been already 20 names and 20 talents that got a spotlight thanks to GemGenève and Strong & Precious collaboration. To end up, I can share our next step. During New York City Jewelry Week, the project from May 2023, the last one, 6 special pieces designed and expired by Ukraine will be exhibited in New York. So if some of you travel further, it's our next step. And I hope that I managed to share this huge input of the fair and of the initiatives that we took together with GemGenève. Thank you, everyone, and hope to see you and speak again. I was excited.
Thank you very much. As you understood, you are trying to really exhibit and highlight all the spectrum of the jewelry world into GemGenève and create links between all of our partners, between professional buyers and exhibitors, between private and exhibitors, of course, dealers, but as well young designers and exhibitors, between museums and schools, and as well with historians, experts, gemological laboratories, digital partners, and journalists. And for that, we developed the cultural program that we developed step by step in each edition. And this, to very briefly, to finish this press conference. So that editions, the cultural program incorporates topics such as snakes for the 75-year-old birthday of the Serpenti, the future of social networks, the 40s jewels, the contemporary trends and challenge about pearls, AI, the art of using feathers into jewelry with the amazing contemporary artist Nelly Saunier. And we developed as well a strong program of presentation of métier d'art with enameler, stone setter, with lots of different works that exist behind the jewels, and as well, of course, the schools will be there to highlight their skills directly on the show. I think we have finished the presentations, except if someone wants to add some words. But we can, if you have like any questions, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. I have a question for the gentleman about natural pearl. You mentioned that one of the places where people are diving for natural pearls are in Mexico. You didn't mention Bahrain, though, which I thought was interesting.
It's a very interesting question. Bahrain is putting a lot of effort in actually helping the communities to have natural pearls and to fish for natural pearls. It is a very interesting country for that, and there's a lot of pearls which are coming out. But there's only one species of natural pearl. This is the Pinctada margarita, and that's the only natural pearl they have. That's why I didn't mention. Mexico, you will find 6, 7, 8 types of different natural pearls, and Indonesia, maybe 3 or 4. That's why I mentioned them. But Bahrain is, yes, definitely on the map.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, a question for Ronnie and Thomas. You're obviously at the front line of the high gemstone and jewelry market, including for period jewelry. I mean, there's a lot of uncertainties in the world right now with the Hamas-Israel war and the Ukraine-Russia conflict as well. Against the backdrop of those uncertainties, what is the health of the market for high-value jewelry and gemstones from your perspective? How do you see it?
Hello? Yeah. Well, it's maybe sadly, but in difficult times, in uncertain times, people do seek refuge in small values which can be transported in case of emergency. Over the millenniums of years, it happened many times. It happened during the last World War, where people from Eastern European countries and came to Western countries, and sometimes the only value they had was they could transport would be their jewelry. I remember meeting in St. Moritz once a lady, and she was actually Italian, and they had great difficulties during the Mussolini times, and we had to go there and value the jewelry, and this was maybe 25, 30 years ago. It was a value of $30 million. So I asked her, why do you have so much jewelry? And she says, I believe in the value of the jewelry. When we started after the war, after the Mussolini time, we had nothing. We went to Bulgaria and we sold our jewelry. And that's how my husband and myself. So I don't think jewelry is an investment because, well, the only dividend you get from it is really pleasure. But it's one of the safe havens, and I believe in it. And on top of it, I love it. So.
Any additional questions? I think we can finish the press conference and start the lunch. And thank you very much.